Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Cut to the Chase Sports Podcast. We bring unique insight and analysis behind your favorite teams at the collegiate and professional levels. I'm your host, Chase Shantz. Brady and Matt, they'll be on later on in the week. But I got to bring my guy in to talk some Bengals football after yesterday's
Oh
victory. My guy,
man,
Jay Cure. What's up with you?
how's it going? Hey, Chase, do you hear that, man?
What is it? What is it?
I'm hearing some MVP chants in the background. Are you picking up on that?
I think I am actually. It's coming across. It's coming across
Oh,
right now.
oh,
Okay, okay.
oh,
Yeah, yeah,
guys,
yeah.
oh, guys, stop
Yeah,
it,
it's
stop it,
it's
stop
it's
it.
oh, it's awesome,
Too
awesome. It's so
nice, too
awesome. It
nice.
really is, really is.
Okay,
Wow, man.
thank you for having me back. It's been a minute.
It has been a minute, man. I'm just glad you come on. We'll talk some Bengals football, man. I mean, it's that time of year where we're winning big games, we're winning playoff games.
Something I've never seen before, and obviously I'm been blessed enough to have some special circumstances and been able to actually see it this year. It's been quite special.
Exactly. For those who may not know, Jacob is in the military. He's in the U.S. Naval Academy, and he didn't get a catch our Super Bowl run last year. Get to see the Super Bowl, but didn't get to see the entire playoff run that we had. So the Ravens win that we had last week was the first playoff win he's ever seen the Bengals have, man. So I mean,
Yeah.
it's been big for the last 2 weeks. But what's your reaction been after these first two rounds for the Bengals?
Oh man, I don't mean to be that guy, but I do got to make a slight correction there. Just for anybody who knows military stuff, I'm not in the Naval Academy. I'm just basic enlisted. But I
Gotcha.
wish I was there, but no
Gotcha.
worries there. But yeah, man, the Ravens game, I was so nervous going into that. The last playoff game that I actually had seen, minus the Super Bowl. I don't know if you really count that as a playoff game, but in a
It's a
way,
little
yeah.
different. Yeah, yeah.
It's maybe it's turned up a little bit, but yeah, I remember, I was telling all my friends and my roommate and whatever leading up to that, and like, dude, like I'm just so nervous. And they're all like, "Oh, it's the Ravens. They don't have Lamar Jackson. You guys will be fine." I'm like, "Nah, it's a divisional game.
Oh yeah.
I don't know." But we pulled it out, and that's kind of why I gotta rep my boy Sam
Oh yeah,
Hubbard
you gotta
here.
yeah, exactly, exactly.
And
You gotta rep in for that.
not only did I bring the jersey on, as you can see, I have a couple show and tell things here, but these
Show and
are
tell.
Sam Hubbard's gloves that he gave me. This was before I shipped out to boot camp in about September of last year. I went to the practice facility, and Chase, you've seen the videos, but I met
Oh, yeah.
some of the guys. Here is the towel from none other than Joe Burrow himself.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
That's nice merch right there.
even have it on video him throwing it to me, so that was pretty cool. And then got these shoes for Christmas, the new Bengals Nike Pegasus.
Got that right, man. You are loaded up with it. Loaded up with all
Absolutely.
the merch, man. Cannot go wrong with it at all, especially, former Buckeyes, whatever you want to call Joe Burrow. But still, man, I mean, just repping our team. I mean, we've been, the Bengals have been rolling, man. It's 10 in a row for us. It's been fantastic since Halloween. We haven't lost since then. It's
Uh,
been over 2 months. It's been a brilliant time to be a fan, and we got
absolutely.
we got one more game until the Super Bowl. Got to get over the Patrick Mahomes thing. We'll talk about that more later on in the week. But look at some stats from yesterday. You got some stats that you want to share
Yeah, yeah,
before we
yeah.
get into the video? Yeah.
Yeah,
So
absolutely. I'll pull these up for a minute.
you look at that stuff yesterday. Joe Burrow on the first drive was amazing. 9 of 9, 105 yards, 2 touchdowns. He finished off with a pretty good day overall, but it was just the first two drives. He was so overwhelming on the Buffalo Bills defense. So, he really imposed their will. The receivers had a fantastic game. Just getting open, letting Joe find those guys and everything. So, I mean, what were some thoughts and takeaways for you?
Yeah, so before we go into this, I want to shout out my buddy Gavin. He gathered some notes for me to share here today, so shout out to him. But yeah, so he kind of pointed out, he wanted me to highlight that, Burrow, 23 for 36, 242 yards, 2 touchdowns, no picks. Joe was great. I think I can remember one bad throw he made, and that was the overthrown to Hayden Hurst in the end zone on what, 3rd and goal?
I think it was 2nd and goal, but yeah, I
2nd
mean
and
it
goal,
was
yeah.
yeah.
I think that's really the only questionable thing that I can remember from him. He was so good taking care of the ball. I don't remember him. Y- yeah, I just don't think he wasn't thrown into trouble. The only, I guess the only other time than that was throwing Jamar open on the touchdown, but or
Yep.
lack thereof touchdown. But
We'll
we'll
get
get
to
into
that
that
too.
later. Yeah, but then we wanted to get into. He outrushed Josh Allen 31 yards to 26. Kind of a neat little stat there because I would say most people expected Josh Allen to use his legs more than he did, and that's
There
kind of
was a
he's
lot
back
of
to that.
there was
Yeah,
a
go
lot
ahead.
of people that expected Josh Allen to be the game leading rusher for both
Yep.
teams. No one expected Mixon to go for 105 or Josh Allen to be halted to only 26 rushing yards. So, I mean,
Yeah.
it's a lot right there. But continue, man, continue.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely helps when you have Logan Wilson or Jermaine Pratt playing spy.
Oh,
That's
for sure.
definitely a big plus. Jamar Chase, 5 receptions, 61 yards, a touchdown. I think most fans will argue 2 touchdowns, but that's for later.
Yeah.
Um, oh, this is a great stat. A guy that when I was going over this for the show, which by the way, awesome that you were able to get a show almost on the fly for today when I called you. I'm so thankful for you to have me on. But Jackson
Most definitely.
Carman, 76.0 pass blocking grade, no sacks, 1 quarterback hit, 3 pressures. What more can you ask from a guy sitting on the bench who hadn't played a tackle since 2 years ago at Clemson? I mean,
Oh, yeah.
come on.
Yep. I mean,
Uh,
there's not much you ask for there.
yeah, Joe Mixon, 20 attempts, 105 yards, touchdown, average 5.3 yards. Cam Taylor Britt, man. Oh, anybody who knows me knows I never stop talking about Cam Taylor Britt. I have his jersey on the way. I'm so
Oh, yeah.
excited for that one. Had a grade of 84.5. Not too bad for a rookie who's taking on Stephon Diggs. And yeah, that'll about do it. Close out for the stats there.
Man, I mean, talk about the guys having a big impact yesterday. I mean, Burrow was able to spread the wealth yesterday. I think there were 3 guys with 5 catches. T. Higgins only had 3 for 28, but he had, nice one-handed grab, a couple nice plays with yards at their catch. Tyler Boyd had 1 catch for 23 yards, but it was really to get that, to get that first drive really started and get it going.
Absolutely
So, I mean,
crucial.
crucial to get that thing going from the start. Kind of settle down that Buffalo crowd and everything. And obviously we can't say enough about Joe Mixon on the ground and a couple plays in the passing game. So it was a really nice day for those guys overall. We got some film actually that we want to look at, and we're gonna
Yes, we do.
go on ahead and break this down. Let me go on ahead and add this real quick.
Yep.
The first play, we're going to rewind this a little bit. All right, here's the first play. This is the Joe Burrow to Jamar Chase right here. Let me see. I can do it right here. So let's see. You've got Joe Burrow, all right, stepping up in the pocket. What's something that you really like on this play that we talked about earlier?
Like I said earlier, dude, Jackson Carman. Oh my God, the way he's able to switch guys who really rush at him. You can see him at the left tackle position, and he was so great at giving Burrow time to step up there and ultimately make the throw to Joe. But his awareness to sense the guy coming in and not let him get to Joe, because this is what, that first drive, maybe second drive.
This is the first drive. This is the
First
first
drive, I
drive of the
thought so.
game. Yep.
If they get in there and they make that hit, that leads what, 3rd and 8, 3rd and 9. Then we're
Yep.
maybe settling for a field goal. Just great guy coming off the bench, just way to dominate, and Jamar finding the space and splitting the defense. I mean, it's too easy for him, hitting the gritty there. We all like to see that.
Love to. I mean, look at this. Joe Burrow just able to step up in the pocket. Like I said, Jackson Carman with a nice kickout block on the pass block. And then you have the scramble drill. Obviously, Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase, their communication is almost telepathic. And just finding the open spot in the zone, a busted zone, actually. And Jamar Chase was just able to find space. And he's one of the most dangerous guys on the field with space, other than a guy like Tyreek Hill or, of sorts. But I mean, just having that luxury right there. Jamar Chase is obviously one of the toughest receivers in the National Football League, and especially in the playoffs, just broke a record for most playoff receiving yards in a career for the first 6 games, 513 yards. So that's really big. Second play right here. This was Joe Mixon on the run, and you wanted to highlight Akeem Energy on this, pulling tackle on the right side.
Yes, just such a good way to pull over there and just absolute pancake Taron Johnson. I mean, not that he's bad by any means, but to come over from that position just so quickly and efficiently just really sets up for Mixon on the run there, which just establishes what we wanted. And also, I highlighted Carmen throwing Epineza, however you say his name, sorry.
Yep.
But he just absolutely throws him to the side. He had nothing. That's just great to see there. The energy, it's what you want to see.
Exactly. And I think we were talking about this before. I like the amount of motion that they use Jamar Chase in to see if the Bills were in man or zone. I know they were running the football there, but it might have changed some of the protection up front. Or the type of run blocking, if it was a zone scheme, if it was a power scheme, but they ended up pulling, like I said, Akeem Adeniji. So Jackson Carman was kind of, necessarily a kick out block and just kind of get up and go. And Akeem Adeniji, there's a double team inside between Volson and Karras, and then man up Max Sharping. They're, Burrow's going to be holding that backside end, actually the front side end. And then you had Akeem Adeniji coming through and filling the hole. Obviously knocking out Taron Johnson. So he, did a fantastic job right there. So yeah, I mean, this is, beautiful job by Cincinnati on that. This next play coming up, it's kind of blurry right here, but we'll get this back in just a second. You look at that. I mean, the first 2 plays, I mean, those things with, Jamar Chase finding the end zone, and, you have, Joe Mixon just getting running, getting going in the run game and all that stuff. That really sparked Cincinnati to have a really good day and a really balanced attack on offense. And, that's something we haven't seen in a long time from the Bengals, really in the last 2 or 3 months, you'd say.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's just so important to, coming into a game like this and a crowd like that. And, you can say whatever you want about the 2 fan bases, but to come in there and just stick it to them and be 2-dimensional, especially when Joe Mixon has had in some would say a down year. I think I'd say a down year for him, and to really come out and I don't remember exactly what game it was. It might have been the last game, the Ravens game. He just had 27 rushing yards, or maybe game before that against the Ravens as well. 27 rushing, just hasn't been able to do a whole lot this season, even with our buffed offensive line. And finally, man, I was talking before the game how big he had to be if we want to come through. And boy, did he live up to the hype.
Most definitely, man. He did everything and beyond right there. As we get to this 3rd and 7 play right here, what do we like on this? Obviously, this was the screen. This was the fake screen to Jamar, and Hayden Hurst slipping out for a touchdown. What exactly did you like on this play?
Yeah, I mean, to nobody's surprise, Jamar Chase draws in two in frame. The safety also bites on it too, which you kind of see him running in here a little bit, but going into it, I'm just a side note. I'm a big fan of all the pregame shows, NFL Game Day Morning, all that kind of stuff, and they're talking about the quick throws that Joe's gonna have to do because of our 3 starting offensive linemen now. There's going to be quick throws, and I'm sure the Bills really expected that. So you kind of game plan for those kinds of things. And when you see Jamar Chase cutting back, I'm going to shut him down. He already had a touchdown. We're not going to allow this. And then suddenly Hayden Hurst, you forget about him, and he's just slipping through and just, as Zach Taylor would say, just wrecking plans.
Exactly. And you look at it like, the Bengals, this was a play that they were like, we're trying to set them up for this play. This is the perfect play because we want to see the Bills try to come aggressive at us. And then we're like, all right, we're calm, we're in control, and we're going to take this shot and we're going to make you guys look dumb. And, obviously 2 guys bit. The safety even came down, and Hayden Hurst just ran right by, and there's not really a whole lot much more to say about that. It was just a brilliant time call. Like this was a brilliant timely call for the Bengals on that, and that really put this first quarter, as one of the best first quarters the Bengals have had in a long time. This one, Josh Allen, this is a 2nd and 16.
What a way to get that ball out. And
exactly. Hit Shakir on that. That was a really good throw, but you wanted to see something on the defensive side. Let's see what that was.
Yeah. So I just kind of wanted to mark BJ Hill, man. What a good acquire he was. Trade for Billy Price and I think a 3rd round pick to the New York Giants. And man, has he really just came through. Obviously he didn't get the sack or force an incompletion there, but to be able to just move through that line like he did, he got stopped there at the start, and he just kind of set him to the side and is able to get a hit on Josh Allen, which I'm sure his presence was very, very much felt.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, the Bengals hurried Josh Allen 17 times on his 43 dropbacks, which is nearly half of his dropbacks. That's an insane rate. They only had 1 sack on him, but to be able to frustrate him like that and not allow him to make any ridiculous plays is a huge thing, because Josh Allen, obviously one of the best playmakers in the National Football League, and virtually took just about everything away from him. I mean, BJ Hill just got leverage up front. I think that was Roger Saffold over there, and just threw him off course. And, Allen, that was a fantastic throw, but he definitely was feeling it. He was definitely feeling that after that play for sure. Next play rolling in, that was, obviously nice play, nice catch by Shakir. All right, here we go. This is where controversy sets in right here. So I want to look at this, I want to look at this formation really quick. All right, so the Bengals are in 5 wide. Up top, you have Trenton Irwin. Actually, no, that's Hayden Hurst. They both have long hair, so you kind of gotta check those. Jamar Chase in the slot. Toward the bottom of the screen, you have Tyler Boyd on the line, T. Higgins offline, and then you have Joe Mixon down at the bottom of the screen, Joe Burrow and empty. There's a free high safety. There's basically playing a lot of man up here. But the guy I really want to look at is right here, Matt Milano. If you guys can see right here. What happens is a lot of teams are going to double Jamar Chase in the red zone because, it's just he's so crafty, trying to make plays there. So what happens is on the bottom of the screen, Tyler Boyd on the inside is going to run an arrow route. He's going to run straight down the middle of the field and occupy the safety. T. Higgins will run a corner, and then Joe Mixon will run a 5 and in just to kind of clear stuff underneath. That's what Hayden Hurst does here, a 5 and in. And that allows Jamar Chase to go, in a way one-on-one, or it's going to be a switch off of I got outside, you got inside type play on that zone. And Jamar Chase is able to run a post route to the back of the end zone. And let's cue the tape. Jamar Chase, nice route run, and wow.
I mean,
just wow.
What more can you do on defense? Obviously this touchdown was called back, and like you said, the controversy coming in, and the only notes I had for this one, it says that's a TD, terrible call, trash refs. The Cincinnati fan in me wants to make that point known, but on the unbiased side, great play by Matt Milano, and I think Poyer was the other guy on Chase. I mean, great coverage. But
that was Poyer on that. Yeah, it's too much snow to see from there. But yeah,
absolutely.
That was just talk about throwing your receivers open. That was a hell of a ball placement right there by Joe Burrow. And, in the way, it would be heck of an effort for Chase, even though he didn't come down with the catch officially. So, that was a, fantastic potential play right there. Milano did make that play right at the very end. And you kind of see here, got his hand right in there at the last second. 1, 2, 3. I thought it was a touchdown with the amount of steps, but who am I to say? I'm not a ref. Third down, that was first down. That was a heck of a catch. That was a heck of a throw, heck of a catch. The cover 2 shot right there. It is what it is, really. And we'll kind of move this off here just for a second. Yeah. But the first half, Cincinnati played a fantastic first half. They didn't give up, really any points to the Buffalo Bills. They, only gave up that 7 on that one drive. The Bengals defense really locked down and played a great game. And what did you think about Lou Anarumo? What did you think of his, his game plan, especially from the first half and, whatever adjustments he really even had to make in the second half, which really wasn't a whole lot.
I mean, it definitely helps forcing the number 2 seed to go 3-and-out on their first 2 possessions at home, right? In the divisional round.
Oh,
I
exactly.
think
Yeah.
I think that's definitely a pretty big help. But he's really no stranger to at least for this season stepping up in these big games. I mean, you know what? Able to shut down Derrick Henry, Nick Chubb the second time around.
Yeah.
Just these very big games, and the Kansas City game in the regular season. He's been so good. And if you remember Week 17, where we did play the Bills, and obviously that game didn't get finished for unfortunate circumstances. But man, the defense was just on fire already. I think we held them to that field goal when they started driving down, and this defense, man, we've lost some guys, specifically Chidobe Awuzie, which is
big loss.
One of my favorite guys on the defense. He's just so good. Great signing there. But our guys have been able to really rise up to the challenge, and a guy that I didn't really highlight too much in my notes for at least on these plays, but played a huge part in this game was Mike Hilton. I mean, the 5'9" monster,
brilliant. I mean, A+ effort, right? It was A+ performance by him once again. I mean, when you ask him to step up, I mean, that dude steps up and steps over the occasion. He's been fantastic.
He might need a step stool for it, but he's for it.
Exactly. He's always stepping up on that stool, man. He's doing a heck of a job. And we'll get back to these plays right here. This was I think 3rd and 10. Josh Allen tries to get out of the pocket and, just could not connect with Stephon Diggs on this cold Sunday. But the thing we want to look at here, let's see the bottom of our screen. Trey Hendrickson on Deion Dawkins. Just watch what Trey Hendrickson does, in these next second and a half or two right here. Just moves him. I know he gets thrown down here. Deion Dawkins is a big, large, and strong man, but I mean Trey Hendrickson was just right there, literally like a half second away from getting after Josh Allen.
Yeah, and you were telling me when we were running through this earlier, what was the grit test, and he ranks first on the team with a grade of 135 or.
It was something crazy. I'm not sure the number, but it was way higher than his teammates. I tell you that.
Just a great play by Trey Hendrickson. I mean, just a couple of weeks ago, he's dealing with a broken wrist, and one of my favorite things that he said is, well, it's not going to break anymore, right? So he's going to come in, he's going to keep playing, and he's just going to make those plays, man.
Exactly. And then you got Shiesty right here. I mean, it's snowy, it's cold. You got Joe Burr right there. And I mean, what a run right there. That was, heck of a run. I know it didn't really result to much. Gave us a chance for a Hail Mary before halftime, but I mean, just not being afraid to go out there and run when it's needed.
I did want to point out here was one of the times, at least to me, it looked like if you're able to go back a little further than that, Carmen almost gets beat there on the edge. See that right there, just that frame out. I believe that's Volson that stepped up to come help. Great teamwork, but that was one of the few just miscues. Luckily, they were only rushing 3 because it's the end of the half. They're trying to drop 8 and defend there, and here, oh man, as an Ohio State fan, this is tough, but none other than Daxton Hill himself. What a play. He really came out to show why we took him in the first round. And, that was something we really wanted to see because he hasn't gotten a whole lot of reps. But with Trey Flowers going down, we knew he was going to have to be big.
Exactly. I mean, late first rounder. He had a couple miscues against the Ravens on Sunday night, but he really rebounded right there on that big play. It was 17-7. Could have went down 3. forced the field goal, gave him only 3, and then the Bengals offense just took over the next drive. But that was a fantastic play. That was, that ball looked pretty high, but I mean, Dawson Knox has some ups, has some great hands, and Dax Hill being able to just make a play and just contest it is, that's a
Also,
heck of an effort there.
yeah, also while not drawing in a flag, which is huge, which that comes down to just the timing of your jump and being able
Yep.
to go for the ball at the same time and not focus on the receiver, the tight end, himself, and just a great play by a rookie, and he's really coming through. And this episode isn't really into getting into free agent talk or anything like that, but if Bates does walk, I'd like to say how confident I am in Dax Hill.
Exactly. You just got to hope that the confidence level just keeps rising. This is a big one. 3rd and 10. Hits Hayden Hurst. Got a little scared right here, but whoop, got the hurdle. I mean, what a play right here. I mean, Hayden Hurst kind of slowed himself down. I went back to the past play, but it's all right. But look at this. All right. So Joe Burrow is he's taking what the defense is giving him. That's one of the best things that he's, been able to do. He's fine with just checking it down to a guy and letting him make a play, which, some people might call it game managing, which in the playoffs, game managing is all right as long as you're winning and not turning the ball over. But Joe Burrow also has made some really big plays. Coming out of the backfield, you had Samaje Perine and Hayden Hurst. You had a 3-man route concept with, the trio of Chase Higgins and Boyd. Hurst slips out. They rush 5. Right about here, he's about 8 yards away from the first down marker. And you're like, all right, he's got enough room to go get this with, untouched. Here it comes. You got number 4. I'm not sure his name. I think that's one of the 3rd string safeties for the Bills. But Hayden Hurst kind of slows down, and that really worried me. I was like, what are you doing? And all that. I was like, are you trying to time up a hurdle? I mean, he's done it once or twice before. I'm just like, just be successful on it to get the first down. Boy, was he successful, because that drive kept going right there. He's able to keep the, tip rope, walking the tightrope there. I mean, that was a brilliant effort there by Hayden Hurst, and that really pushed this game to another level, and it kind of rolls into this next play. The run game was fantastic. All right.
Oh,
Without that's just not even, we're not trying to undersell any of that. That it was fantastic. And you look at it, you had, if you look across the board, you've got, 6 down linemen. You have 2 backup tight ends in the game. Trenton Irwin at the bottom of the screen, Jamar Chase in the slot. Joe Mixon had a fantastic day. What do you like about this play when it came to running the football?
The thing that I liked most about this play, they're none other than Aussie, the lead blocker. I mean, second, third string tight end coming on this play, just a great role player. He comes through really when we need him, and he's not afraid to have his number called. And or is that Wilcox? I can't tell right there. I think that's Aussie.
You got Wilcox and Aussie out there, actually. Wilcox a down lineman, Aussie at the wing position. A thing that I really like on this play, I keep playing it back. You actually have Keem Adeniji coming down. You got Max Sharping as the pulling guard. So Max Sharping's a pulling guard. He's going to end up being a lead blocker, and then Aussie is going to be the kickout block. Joe Mixon, meets contact about 3 yards into this run. But the thing is the effort. It's the grit after this. He ends up getting about 5 more yards after contact, from the initial 3 yards, and it ends up being turned in from a 2nd and 7 to a 2nd and 2, and just made this drive a lot easier. So, I mean, just the extra ability for Joe Mixon the entire day, and just having that extra burst was huge yesterday for Cincinnati Bengals. And then this last play, I mean, we got to shout out your boy CTB, Cam Taylor Britt, number 29, the rookie. I mean,
come on, man. Come on. I had in my notes, I'm looking at them right here, just in all caps, Cam Taylor Britt, and under like my little notes section, because I kind of label the play and then I say notes, Cam Taylor Britt, that's it. I mean, going into like I said earlier about him, I never shut up about him. There's just something about him that just gets me personally so hyped up. Him and Dax. I'm a guy, I love watching defense. I don't know what it is. Offense is great, obviously, that'll get your butt out of the seat when you make a big play, but being able to see these guys be able to read a play, recognize what they have to do, get the job done here. He does it. His first NFL interception. Now he should have had the one back in against Kansas City. I wish he would have caught that, but unfortunately, he didn't. But I remember telling, it was either my stepdad or maybe it was you or my friend Gavin. I talked to so many people about these games, but I could feel that he was, not to be the LeBron meme, but I could feel that he was going to get his first pick today, and him or Dax. I mean, both of those guys deserve it so much, but Cam Taylor-Britt stepping up to the occasion. I know we didn't mention Eli Apple at all, but Eli Apple, man, he didn't disappoint. His whole career, he's been hit or miss, but he really came through and guarding us to fraud Diggs.
Yeah, I mean, you just look at it like the secondary stepped up. Everybody stepped up in every single unit, especially on that defense. They did absolutely everything that was needed, and obviously resulted in the dub. I think that was, I was thinking, as the Bills were kind of driving down toward the end of the game, obviously when the game was already wrapped up, how beautiful would it be if they just moved down the field and we just intercepted a pass and ended it, and then literally one play later, CTB gets his first career pick, and I'm like, man, that's talk about speaking into existence, man. I mean, that was fantastic. A fantastic way to end the game with the Snow Angels, all that stuff. AFC Championship in Atlanta. I mean, go get your refunds and all that stuff. So I mean, you could talk all you want about that, man, but laid those guys the rest. The preseason Super Bowl champions, you got that banner you can hang up. You can hang up a lot of different banners. You beat the Chiefs in October. Good job, Buffalo.
Hey,
I don't want to shit on Buffalo because, same time, it's like, I don't hate them and all that stuff, but I mean, it's still a playoff win. It's still a playoff
Absolutely.
win. We ended up, overthrowing them and everything like that. But, obviously got to savor these victory Mondays, and we got a big one on Sunday at 6:30. So I mean, how do you feel about that initial first thoughts about this fourth time with the Chiefs?
Yeah, man. There was just to take a step back, there are a couple notes that I left behind back there, but one thing that I just wanted to briefly mention was Zach Taylor, his speech after the game about how he's so sorry that we just keep wrecking plans. How tough it is to come up with a coin toss and an alternate game location, and we just keep messing it up. And I've really come around to the guy because back at the beginning of the season, did we think we would be seeing what we're seeing right now? No, not at all. I mean, at least not for myself. I was sorry to interrupt, but
you talk about the oh, you're good. Yeah. I mean, you just think about the overall stuff, like, starting 0-2 and everything, you're like, man, we just need to get a winning record and stuff like that, and then this all happens. So it's nice to have,
But I remember, when we lose games, I tend to go on a little bit of a tangent here or there, some might say, but
we'll keep that quiet, but
that's okay. But no, this team really turned it around, and they had been talking about it since starting out 0-2, and I think Jim Mixon had a tweet saying something along the lines of, if you're not here with us now, don't be here with us when we turn it around. And Joe Burrow, I remember him sitting down saying, guys, it's a long season. Let's calm down a little bit, So to be able to see what we're seeing, I remember we went into the bye week, one over 500 or at 500?
I think we were above, one game above 500 going into the bye. But
I remember going into that, and obviously you went to the next game and in Pittsburgh. And I remember looking at the back half of our schedule, especially when it was released, saying like, this is a very daunting back half of a schedule. You got the Steelers, you got the Chiefs, you got the Ravens, you got the Bills. I mean, just these Tampa Bay, even we didn't know what they would be. But the way they've been able. I mean, we won out, and that was a dream scenario. But they made it happen. Sometimes looking like absolute crap, calling out the Tampa Bay game in the first half. But this team, man, they really know how to fight, and kind of leading into what we were talking about next week. Man, Mahomes 0-3 against Burrow. I'm nervous, man. They got weapons.
Yeah.
Travis Kelce, he is a beast. Mahomes, obviously we know what happened with his ankle and everything, but it's going to be a battle. We for whatever reason, we tend to do better when I think we're going to lose. So I think I'm going to keep that tradition going, saying that I don't know if we get it done next week.
Yeah, just keep doing that. Anything at this point, pull out any type of cards with this. But yeah, I mean, we'll talk a lot more about that later on in the week with the Bengals and Chiefs, the AFC Championship game preview and all that. We've got a lot of content coming for you right there. Any last words before we hop off here?
What a game, man. I mean, you can't ask for much better than that. You're specifically calling out the linemen in this game to step in and allow one sack for, I think it was a 2-yard loss. Maybe he got pressured a little bit, and obviously the one hit that went low and really definitely scared the crap out of me. But just again, you just can't ask for better, and you just hope they're able to do what they did. I remember my not to go on too long here, but I remember my stepdad telling me that I think it was DJ Reader was talking about just the offensive linemen, the backups. The reason that they're so good is because they've been, quote, kicking the starting lineman's ass or defensive lineman's ass in practice, and that's so huge when you have DJ Reader and DJ Hill and Trey and Sam and Osai. I mean, we didn't really talk about him, but he was great. Just to get in there and make those guys to step up, and really, I credit them for the win on that game.
Yep, exactly, man. Just that was that was the biggest key right there. Kept Burrow upright and everything, and they were great in the run block game. So I mean, credit to them, credit to the offensive line, and for that big win yesterday, man. But running out of time. We're obviously going to talk Bengals Chiefs throughout the week. We'll talk Eagles Niners. We're going to talk it all, man. I mean, big games on Sunday, biggest one 6:30 on CBS. So, really excited for that. Thanks for coming on, man. Appreciate your time and everything.
It was great,
man. Yes, sir. Most definitely. Yep. Yeah, man. All right, but for that being said, keep posted and all that stuff. We'll give you guys some more content, more episodes coming up here in the week shortly. And with that being said, I'm Chase Johnson. That's Jake here, and we will see you guys next time.